everybody. It's Allie. And welcome to our Y&R Chat for Sunday, January 28th, 2024. Secrets kept and secrets exposed. That is the foundation of drama. And we have so many secrets being kept right now. Yes. We have Nikki secretly meeting with Jack as her sponsor, not telling Victor about it. We have Audra's secret plan to take over Glissade, using Nate to help her do it. And my very favorite, Daniel secretly sleeping with his ex-wife while he is dating Lily. Ooh. Daniel's secret is the juiciest of them all. So that's where I want to start. Ooh. Daniel the sinner. Is this Daniel's first real sin since returning to town? The sin of sex? Which is the best sin there is, if you ask me. Ooh. Isn't it scandalous? Scandalous. It's a total betrayal of his relationship with Lily. I don't care whether they're in love or not. They have an understanding. And he slept with another woman, but with romantic music playing in the background. Did you notice that? It wasn't salacious music. It was romance. It was love music. So I guess Heather and Daniel are in love. They've always been in love, and this is their happy reunion. Heather really made no secret about what she wanted. She wanted him. And oh, sure, she feels bad about the whole Lily thing. I mean, Lily got her that job and all. But that little detail was not going to stop her from going after Lily's man while Lily was out of town. And every word she said to Daniel before they actually slept together, the argument that she made to him, and she's a lawyer after all, everything she said to him was just all music to Daniel's ears. It was exactly what he wanted to hear. He's the man that he used to be. You know, she offered him the total redemption from his past mistakes that he has been waiting for, totally validating himself as this new man. And he wasn't going to resist that. That was a forbidden fruit. And it was too enticing for him not to want to taste that because it played right into his own ego. Side note, I love the fact that his apartment has that big computer monitor in the background. I meant to mention this a couple of weeks ago, but I just think that that is fantastic because he's a gamer. It makes so much sense. And I guess I like it also because it's visually different. I mean, have we ever had an apartment or a home with a computer in the background anywhere? Have we ever seen a computer in a home in Genoa City? That's got to be new. And it's one of those like old Windows desktop looking backgrounds. Like it's giving me Windows 95 kind of vibe. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to change that up too, just to give us something else to look at, maybe even seasonally. Maybe Valentine's Day rolls around and he's got a Valentine's Day themed desktop. I love it. Wallpaper. Oh, the bedroom set was nice too. It was very warm and sensual. The whole room looked like a dimly lit candle. But it was also very dark, so there's not much for me to comment about there. And also there was too much going on in the foreground of Daniel's bedroom. I had too much visually to look at in the foreground to pay too much attention to the background. Daniel is so tattooy. His body is so tattooy. My brain can't even handle looking at his hot body while trying to rate it at the same time. You know who else is very tattooy? Devon. Devon is also very tattooy. And I, for one, am totally disappointed in Daniel for confessing the truth and not giving Devon a chance to discover his delicious, dirty secret, in a soapy, dramatic way that we've come to anticipate. Can you even imagine how much better it would have been if Devon could have busted them out somehow? Because he would have been so indignant about the whole thing. I can just see Devon now. An affair? Well, I never. Except I did. More than once. Well, instead of waiting to be busted, Daniel decided to correct his being a bad boy by being a good boy and pretty much confessing to Devon to avoid the scenario where Devon finds out and then tells Lily and he doesn't have a chance to do any damage control and he looks like the jerk that he is. You can love Heather all you want, Daniel, but you did sleep with her while you were with another woman, so that classifies you as a jerk. I don't care if you love her. That's great that you love her, but you could have had the self-control to wait. And there's really no reason why you have to wait any longer to tell Lily. But in talking to Devon, Daniel realized that, Lily cannot handle this breakup right now. Surely she could not handle the truth that he's happily reuniting with his ex and dumping her while she's dealing with her grieving daughter. I mean, is Lily really that fragile? I don't think so. I don't get that from her character. I think Lily's fully capable of handling the truth. He could have done it. He just wants to look like less of a jerk, and he's trying to lessen the blow for himself, I think. I think it's more about him lessening the blow on his own value of self-worth. Again, Heather's pumped him up into thinking he's a really good guy now. And I think telling Lily and having her look at him like, great, scumbag, I think that damages his own ego. And so that's why he's not doing it. And I think it has less to do with Lily. Because Lily is fully in charge, fully capable. Lily is in charge. She can handle it. But no. For soap opera dramatic purposes, Daniel cannot tell Lily right now. He's told Heather that they have to put the brake on things until Lily gets back. And then he can tell Lily properly. And you know what? I believe Daniel believes that. I believe Daniel believes that he's doing the right thing. And I believe that Daniel believes that he can abide by that new rule. But will Heather? I really appreciated Abby weighing in with Heather and letting Heather know that she thinks it's wrong to take advantage of her history with Daniel because it's at Lily's expense. Well, way to lay it down, Abby. Thank you for that little bit of reality. I am thrilled that Abby has decided to come on board at Chancellor Winters. She has run that restaurant for a long time now, and she can still do it. She can still run the restaurant and attend some board meetings at the same time. That's no problem. She can handle that just as much as Lily could handle the truth about her boyfriend. Moving on. And now that I think about it, Abby really belongs at Chancellor Winters. I mean, she's living in the Chancellor house. She's a woman of the lady of the Chancellor Manor. Right? No, that's wrong. They moved. Darn, is anybody living in the Chancellor Manor? Well, she's the former lady of the Chancellor Manor. So in my mind, that still makes her qualified for working at Chancellor Winters. But it also makes perfect sense because Chance is there now too. And the Devon Abby Chance relationship completely dropped off at the end of last year. And that's okay because it had become oversaturated by the Dom thing. But again, these three characters share Dom. They have a son together. And we never see them disagreeing or agreeing about any of that. So I think it would be interesting to see what tension arises for them, both in business and personal, And let's also not forget that Abby and Chance may have some unfinished business romantically, right? I mean, Chance is in a much happier place now than he was at the end of their marriage. And in that way, he's become the man that Abby wanted him to be. This is the husband that Abby wanted to have. And I don't think it's written in stone that Summer's going to be the next in line to benefit from it. I mean, it is looking that way, and they're very happy and they're very cute and, and all that, but it's almost too easy. Summer and Chance went on that impromptu double date with Chelsea and Billy this week, and it's all very nice. Everybody's getting along. All is copacetic. Suddenly, Chance is all turned around on Billy. Suddenly, Chance thinks that Billy is a great mentor, and those two are just working side by side at Chancellor Winters like two hunky peas in a pod. And Chelsea and Summer are becoming besties at Marchetti. Summer is very impressed with Chelsea's spring designs that we didn't see. We'll never see. I mean, I would have loved to see some spring designs. Can we not have a model walk in? Have you noticed that there are so many extras in the background now? It's wonderful. Like every restaurant, I'm trying to get screen caps of the main characters, and there's always an extra in the background. And I'm like, get out of the way. So many extras now. We went for so long with no extras, and there's so many now. I'm like, get out of the way. Would it be so hard to have an extra walk in to the scene wearing one of Chelsea's designs, so-called designs? But yes, Chelsea and Summer are, they're apparently doing the work and apparently becoming friends. And Summer even confided into Chelsea this week about her feelings for Chance, which is not hard to see. Kyle certainly noticed it. Kyle noticed right away that Summer and Chance have got chemistry. And I don't know. I just feel like everything looks so easy peasy for Summer and Chance, and it's just too easy peasy. So I'm not ruling out the possibility that Abby could end up back with Chance and that Kyle could end up back with Summer right as the ink has dried on their divorce papers. I mean, it's all been very amicable between them. I think the theme of 2024 has been amicable. Everyone is very amicable. Kyle and Summer's divorce, Chance and Sharon's breakup. I mean, have you ever seen such a mature breakup? Sharon and Chance, they were friends first, and they're friends still. And they care about each other. and they gave it a whirl for more, but just because it didn't work out doesn't mean that they have to be all awkward around each other now. I appreciated Sharon initiating clearing the air. She even told Chance, you can go ahead and be happy. Bring your girlfriends into the coffee house for a date. There are no hard feelings from me. And besides, she's destined to be with Nick. It is fate and destiny that Sharon's going to end up with Nick anyway. This, according to Adam and Sally, which is interesting. Oof. All the talk of destiny and fate, and all of it's pointed in Nick and Sharon's direction as they laugh over lunch and laugh some more and laugh as if all of Nick's affairs on her never happened. It's heartwarming. Jack is putting himself in a very bad position, if you ask me. He has agreed to be Nikki's secret sponsor, and he's agreeing to go along with her request to not tell Victor about it. Oh, no, Victor cannot know. He just hovers over me, and it makes me feel worse, so we cannot tell him. Okay, well, that's very deft, Nikki. Very deft. Because Nikki knows that Victor is going to hold her accountable in a different way. I think that Jack is going to coddle Nikki. He already is. Sure, I'll come pick you up after your relapse and not tell your husband or anyone else about it. You need me to drive you to a meeting or pour you some tea or maybe pet your hair while I hold you. See, Jack's too sentimental. And this is his ex-wife. I don't think Jack's capable of being hard on her. I don't think Jack's capable of being truly honest with her. I think he's going to quickly become an enabler. I bet you. And is Diane going to be okay with that? She's okay with it for now, but is she going to be okay with that for much longer? Diane, the new co-CEO of Jabot, the first lady of Jabot, the queen of Jabot, you might say. And her first order of business is to be so concerned about how the peasants will see her. Did you notice that? She's very concerned about appearances right off the bat. I mean, she had that meeting with Kyle and Jack, and she was like, let's improve employee morale. Let's show everybody that I care about them. And then when she was talking to Esther, she was like, no, I got to go back to the office and put in some hours. I cannot let these people think that I'm not doing my fair share. Diane cares about how she looks. She's very aware of appearances, which says something, I think, about her. I mean, I love it, but I see right through it. She and Jack are quite a pair for now. Co-CEOs at Jabot and co-CEOs at Life. And she always comes off as just so very correct. I loved Nikki's mocking reaction to Diane's quick climb of the corporate ladder. Oh, Jack, thank you for believing in me. I mean, Nikki was just really grasping her pearls and really, she really gave a dramatic mock to Diane, and I thought that was pretty fun to watch. I mean, Diane was trying to be the bigger person there. Obviously, Nikki was being a little snot in reality, and Diane was supposedly trying to be the bigger person to give Nikki her support to show that she was okay, but Nikki just threw it right back in Diane's face. Nikki is a cranky baby without her bottle. Nikki is Victor's cranky my baby without her vodka bottle. Oh, Oh, goodness. Is she going to fire Audra next week? Is she going to actually fire Audra simply because Audra now knows the secret of her shaky sobriety and has tried to offer her a little friendship? Well, that's not fair. But we can never, ever count Audra out. Audra has a plan. Yes. Audra wants to take over Glissade to stick it to Tucker. Tucker, who came so close this week to declaring his love for her. And he got right to the edge, didn't he? But he got right to his tiptoes to the edge, and he just could not take the leap and say the words. Oh, he told Audra how he feels about her physically. How she makes his little itty bitty bitty heart go pitter patter, pitter patter. Well, we all know that, Tucker. When are you going to tell her that you love her? La, la, la. Practice saying it with me, Tucker. La, 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 love. You love her. That's what she was waiting to hear. And she didn't hear it. She did not hear it. So she kicked him out. And now she's putting her plan into action. It's like, if you can't have him, kill him. If you can't have him, destroy him. Show him who is boss. She wants to take over his company. And she wants Nate to help her do it. While also doing it. I'm proud of myself for that one. Audra really wants to do it in more than one way. I just don't think it's going to happen. There's no way Nate's going to leave Chancellor Winters especially after Aunt Mamie worked so hard to get him the job. He probably will do it with her, though. He's not going to do the business thing with her, but I think he's going to do it with her. Because it was pretty clear that he was hypnotized by her sexiness. Who wouldn't be? I'm not excited, though. I don't know. I feel like there's been no build-up on the chemistry between Nate and Audra lately. And I'm just so sick of seeing so-and-so is colluding to take over XYZ company. It's not sexy to me anymore. I'm over it. Flash 2 next week when I'm saying, wow, Nate and Audra are so hot. I can't wait to see them take over Glissade together. Ugh, I'm so predictable. I am so predictable. I cannot wait to get to Paris next week and see Ashley's face when she can't confirm that the bistro brawl thing ever happened. She's going to be devastated. But Traci's going to be right there beside her, offering her sisterly support. And I don't know about you, but my heart cockles were warmed when Traci showed up on the jet. Ashley was so sad and alone, looking out the window onto the tarmac, not knowing what she was walking into, what she was flying into, not knowing what she was going to find. And then Traci surprised her, just sat right down next to her, and without saying a word, we just knew. She's on Ashley's side. She's here to support her, whatever the outcome might be. And I do think that the outcome is going to be a big disappointment for Ashley. It's only going to further destroy her mental state. There's no way this turns out well for Ashley. She's going to be, her mental state is going to deteriorate even more. I don't know, maybe Claire will be getting out of the mental institution soon, and we'll just end up freeing up the bed for Ashley. Yay! A fire broke out at the prison, and Jordan could be dead, or she could have escaped. But we all know that she escaped because she's a soap villain, and soap villains never die. Yay! Oh, I have such great respect for Jordan. Because who knows what she had to do to get that cell phone smuggled into prison. Whatever it was she had to do, she white-knuckled it and she got the job done. All just so she could call Claire and warn Claire that these Newmans are no good. They are messing with her head. They will pull her into the fold and they will leave her in the dust. Am I the only one who was thinking, yeah, that sounds about right? Everything Jordan said about the Newmans, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, Claire is on the love list now with Victoria's approval, of course. But you just wait. As soon as Claire slips up, it will be off with her head, and Nikki will be the first one to demand it. Nikki was very loving and very kind, visiting Claire in the hospital this week, and I appreciated the surprise of that because we had a cliffhanger of Claire's reaction to someone coming in her room, and we had just seen Jordan in the previews. So I assumed it was Jordan showing up in Claire's room, but then it turned out to be Nikki, and that was a big surprise, but the even bigger surprise was that it turned out to be a positive thing. Nikki did a lot of listening, but, she also ended up doing a lot of encouraging, I think Nikki did that partly for herself, but partly for her daughter, for Victoria. Victoria's been campaigning for Claire to be accepted into the family, and surprisingly, Adam's the only one who's suspicious of it. Adam. Adam, the one who was completely left out of all that drama. Adam. The one who never measures up. It's kind of surprising to think that he wouldn't immediately identify with Claire coming into the family. Like once an outsider and forever to be an outsider. But no. I think it'll be interesting to see if Adam continues to have this reaction to Claire's presence. I think he's right to be suspicious of her. But then again, the audience has been seeing Claire fighting the darkness, choosing the light, and really struggling to make mental changes. I mean, she's visiting sick children in the pediatric ward for fun, for crying out loud. It doesn't get more redeeming than that. I know you're a good liar, but you're not that good, said Nikki. Last week she was talking to Jack. He had just called her over to the mansion, and he was trying to make up some excuse like he was just wanting to catch up with her. And she said, I know you're a good liar, but you're not that good. Kind of a fun moment. Hey, good job, Kayla Rose, Hannah, T. Nicole, Justin, Jamie, Wonderful Wendy, Tanya, Sharon W., Ron, Henry, Dolores, Brittany, and Daisy, because you guys all guessed it right. Let's see if you can guess this one. Life is too short to dance around the truth. Life is too short to dance around the truth. I like that. Who do you think said it? If you think you know, go to yrchat.com and leave your guess. And if you get it right, I will give you your shout out during next week's Y&R Chat. And now onto some comments. Ooh, I like this from Kamna, who says, I got a creepy vibe at the end of Wednesday's show. Does anyone else think that Claire might try and kidnap a baby? Oh, that's a really good deduction, Kamna, because she did mention spending time in the pediatric ward, and she does have this childhood trauma. That's really good. I never would have thought of that, and I like it. Naomi says Claire is starting to give me the damaged psycho vibes. She may have a good intention, but she's going to cause trouble. Victor has his doubts about her, and he's usually not wrong. Well, Ellen says, so you snotty Newmans are so very aggravated with Adam for not understanding the Claire situation and coming across as harsh. Gee, maybe if you had told him one thing about what was going on, if you had kept him in the loop, if you had treated him like a family member throughout this very significant family crisis, then he would understand. You people suck. By the way, does Abby even know she has a niece named Claire? You people really suck. That is all. Carry on. I get that you do have a lot on your plates, and being decent to more than two people at a time is just a bridge too far. Oh, that made me laugh. And you made a good point too, Alan. When was the last time anyone in the Newman family had any contact with Abby? Tina B says, Nikki is such a nasty person. I'm really having a hard time pulling for her. Her snide remarks to Diane were totally uncalled for. The old saying still remains, if you don't have anything nice to say. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Nikki is withdrawing and she is very cranky. Connie says, I didn't care for the snark to Diane or Audra either, but it served a purpose. Sober Nikki is a lovely lady. Nasty Nikki in distress. I think the storyline is to show the two sides of addiction. Just like in real life, we can love the person and despise who they become when they are using. Melody Thomas Scott is very convincing and is doing a good job of playing the part she's given. She will probably get worse before she gets better, and I hope they'll carry through with the character making amends to those that she has wronged. Oh, Connie, that is great. I mean, just the fact that, yeah, you're dealing with the two sides of addiction. I mean, the ups and the downs of it all. That is a great insight. Ooh, just what I love your comments for. I love that. I never would have thought of it on my own. I also wouldn't have thought of this. Okay, well, we did a poll last week, and I asked you guys if you're getting the feeling that Seth could be a future villain for the show. 59% of you said, yeah, definitely getting villain vibes. 41% said no, and Gary said, what's next for Brian Gaskell? Asks my phone, assuming that he's already gone and putting Allie's question of the week to rest. Only they don't present any facts and figures or a goodbye from the actor, just the statement that he's wrapped up. What? What? Ellen says, that's it? Really? Very disappointing if that's true. And his final scene is him letting out a big yawn, which leads to Nikki deciding that he's drinking and then dumping him as a sponsor and never following up with him again. That's it? Say it ain't so. all that to bring Jack into the story? Yeah, I mean, I guess I foolishly thought that it was more of a long-term role, but if Gary's phone is correct, and we all know it always is, then it sounds like Seth is gonzo. All right, gone before he barely even got here. Well, Gary also says Ashley might unravel / go berserk in Paris, and we might not see her again until we do. Oh, Ashley is always running off to Paris and coming back. That's what she does. She runs off to Paris and then comes back. Oh, what a life. Things get difficult for me. I run to Paris, try to find some answers, and then I'll be back. It just reminds me so much of my own life, you know? How about you? Victoria says, warning, warning. Tucker shamed Ashley by accusing her of not being able to commit to anyone. His manner was demeaning. Tucker said, a partner should be committed in all things and in all ways. Well, that sounds like being enmeshed rather than committed. I fault Tucker for ending things when Ashley said that she didn't want to leave Jabot. Tucker ended their relationship, left, and then immediately slept with Audra. Ashley's fault in all of this is playing Tucker for too long. If he truly cared for Ashley, he would be helping her in a kind way instead of belittling her and escalating her anxiety. Ooh, Victoria, dang. Yeah, first of all, Tucker is the one that left Ashley. And second of all, if he really cared about her at all, he'd be helping her, not escalating it. I mean, what's really in it for him if he is gaslighting her? But Diana says the fact that Tucker has told Ashley to fly out to Paris and ask a waiter or an eyewitness what really happened that day has me convinced that he has made a payoff to manipulate the story and to make himself the good guy. He was way too cocky and confident when he mentioned that to Ashley. Tucker does not have a care in the world about the outcome, as he seems to know it will be to his advantage. Yeah, Diana, you mentioned this last week. You had this theory, and so I had it in my head this week, and I think you're right. I think for some reason it seems like maybe Tucker already knows what that outcome is going to be, and is it possible that he paid somebody to make it so? Another great comment from Connie, who says, I just have to say that I get excited when I see Beth Maitland in the opening credits, and I know that Traci's going to be on that day. I respect the actress, and her character is the constant voice of reason, the kind-hearted soul that calms the chaos. I just love her. Oh, Connie. Her voice, her demeanor, everything. She's amazing. She's Traci. She's Beth Maitland. She's Traci. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Gary says, Abby doesn't want to get further trapped in the hospitality field while considering opening up a new literal palace like the old colonnade room. I don't think that Y&R's budget could handle all those crystal chandeliers. Better go into big business in a new CEO role. Yeah, we couldn't handle all those crystal chandeliers, so just make her a CEO. Yeah, I died when she mentioned the colonnade room. I was like, whoa, what? Oh, it's as if they know what language I am speaking. The old guard we are. Well, new topic. Sharon W. says the entire scene at Society was really great. Nick and Sharon were genuinely laughing together, and it looked like a scene from the past when they were together. And Sally and Adam were actually relaxed and simply enjoying each other's company. As I repeatedly point out, Y&R, please just let this happiness continue in 2024. We, the viewers, so deserve it. Yes, finally some happiness there. And Sharon W. also says at the coffee shop, Chance shows again what an unassuming and benevolent person he is. He is so appreciative of the help and the guidance that Summer has given him in order to help him feel more comfortable in starting his new job. He acts the same with Sharon and Summer. He sits and talks with Sharon and says they'll stay good friends and that she doesn't need to ask him twice for a favor. Then he grabs Summer's coat and helps her put it on while at the same time offering to drive her to work. As the two of them leave, he looks back over his shoulder as if to see if Sharon is okay. His character just looks like a gentleman to me. Sharon W., a gentleman. I just got chills because I think you're so right. He is a true gentleman. And a bad boy has his charms. I like a good bad boy. But I mean, a good gentleman can really make you swoon. And I think Chance has got it. Victoria says, Allison Lanier is doing such a great job of being giddy and happy over Chance. I totally buy it. She's adorable. Oh yeah, I love her too. I've loved her. I loved her instantly. I think she's a great Summer and I'm happy for her happiness too. Tina B says, will sparks fly again for Billy and Lily once Daniel breaks it off with Lily? Oh, I just had an idea, Tina B. Lily is also, in addition to being his girlfriend, Lily is also Daniel's boss. So how does that factor into his decision about what he was going to do with her and telling her or not telling her and telling Devon to try to get ahead of it all? Ooh, but yeah, you make a good point. After Daniel breaks it off with Lily, will she start to kick things up with Billy again? You never know. Astra says, I'm so disappointed in Daniel. I don't see any chemistry between he and Heather. I was excited about the first loves, Daniel and Lily rekindling their romance, and I wouldn't mind Billy and Lily again, but I really don't think they'll go there again. Billy and Chelsea are a boring couple that needs a shake-up to break up, but I don't think Lily will be the catalyst. Yeah, Billy and Chelsea are nice, but they are, it's a lot of nice. I like nice, but it is a lot of nice. And I just don't think Y&R is going to let it be for too much longer. And yeah, I just don't know. I mean, Lily going back with Billy is possible. Not terribly exciting, though. I don't know. When's she going to be back? Kamna says, I can't wait for the drama. Does anyone know when Crystal Khalil gets back from her maternity leave? No, I really don't know that, but it's been quite a while already. But we have seen Crystal Khalil, she's taken some time off, quite some time off before in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was still a while yet before we see her again. Kamna also says, not telling Lily is a bad idea. That just leaves more time and space for Lucy's New Year's couch photo to get out, either by mistake or because she's the grand spawn of Phyllis. Kamna, that's a great point. Could even, Phyllis could see that on Lucy's phone and decide that she wants Daniel and Heather together and send out the photo. You're right. I forgot about that photo, and that's got to come into play. Ooh, I want to see that photo get out and then Lily to return. Daisy says, I'd love to see Lily return, having decided that she and Daniel are over. Lily goes to Daniel and tells him before he gets a chance to tell her about him and Heather. And Lily then goes home and calls someone who asks if everything is okay. She tells them yes and says she can't wait until they come home. And then we see a close-up of a person on the phone, and it's Kane, who's watching his son chase a puppy, which Lily has gotten him. I love that. Wouldn't that be something if when Lily goes off on she goes off to help Maddie, to be with Maddie. And what if Lily's going through the exact same thing that Daniel's going through at home, falling back in love with her ex? Oh, that's so good. Sue W. says, I really do like Heather and Daniel together, and I find their conflicted relationship very believable. I think maybe you meant Lily. But regardless if Lily and Daniel stay together, I hope that Heather remains on the show and is not just temporarily providing a story in Lily's absence. I like the actress very much and never get tired of watching her.
Yeah. I'm never tired of watching Heather either. I think she's great. I've always really liked Vale Bloom, and I think she fits the role. And I don't want to see her just disappear when Lily comes back. But Sherrod says so. When Heather first came to town, Daniel told her he wanted her back, and he asked if there was a chance for them. And Heather said no, that she found this wonderful man in Portugal and was planning a life with him. Now that Lily has put in the work and helped put Daniel's broken ass back together, Heather wants him back and is there for the plucking. As far as I'm concerned, Daniel used Lily. When Heather walked away and chose not to help him navigate through his troubles, he ran to Lily in Genoa City. She stood with him, showed him the support, and now he's backstabbing her. Not only did she give him a job and a purpose, but Lily hired Heather at Daniel's bequest. Daniel and Heather truly deserve each other. They're both gross. Lily deserves better. No man has treated her right. Maybe a woman could. I love that, Sherrod, and I love that you are pointing out that Lily is the one who patched Daniel's broken life. She's the one who funded Omega Sphere and made sure that he had this future financial security and that he was able to put things back together for himself and build this new life. And the second she steps away, Heather comes in and plucks him. Dang, it's evil. It's evil. I think this is a good place for a poll. Do you guys think Daniel and Heather are hot, or are you like Sherrod thinking that they are gross? Let's let that be our question of the week at yrchat.com. Go vote in favor of Heather and Daniel or against Heather and Daniel. How are you feeling about this pairing? Gary says, I remember when Heather was a newborn. Living downstage left in a baby bassinet in a rundown economy apartment on what was probably the outskirts of town. She was a boring character then, and nothing to change my opinion since. She learned to be boring from her boring, put upon oh so serious mother, April. A grieved, unwed mother. It's just in the blood. Paul saw the drab and refused to marry her. Gary, I have to agree with you 100% here. April was boring. I didn't watch her original run, but I saw the flashbacks, and I remember when she was being abused in the early 90s. It was always drab. It was always unfun. She was never a fun character, and her daughter, up to this point, I think has followed suit. The only thing I'll say, I'm liking where Heather is now. I mean, in the past, she's been boring. In the past, Vale Bloom never got to do anything sexy. She was mostly just the town attorney and never got to do much. It was the recast that hooked up with Daniel, and the recast never really did much for me either. So this is the first time that I've ever been feeling Heather. But, she never mentions her mother. She's dead, right? Is Heather dead? Or I'm sorry, is April dead? Probably. Dead-eyed. Tina B says, is it just me? Or is Devon always itching for a fight? He has some nerve calling out Daniel on a cheat. Lily and Daniel are just seeing each other. Devon himself told Abby that their relationship had not reached the in-love stage. He's always butting in with his puffed out chest like a little dainty rooster. Tina B, you got to see the screen cap I got of Devon this week. It's a screen cap of Devon as he's looking at Heather and Daniel having lunch. It's before that Daniel came up to the table. It's just Devon side-eyeing them. It's great. If you have not been to the website, go to the website this week because you got to see that screen cap of Devon. It's very Devon, and it describes the moment in 1 millisecond of a look. So good. So bad, but so good. Oh, Tina B also says, I believe that Josh Griffith doesn't know what to do with the character of Audra. There's so much potential, but no clear focus. So in real soap opera fashion, let's just
throw her in bed with everyone.
I'm not feeling Audra and Nate. Audra and Tucker could have its moments, but I think the ship has sailed. Audra and Kyle was okay, and I know they're moving toward a Nick and Sharon reunion, but I think Audra and Nick could be interesting. Yeah. Or an Audra, Adam, Sally triangle. That's what I'd really like to see. Oh, and I just really quickly have to say I like this comment from Victoria saying that Audra is missing her best choice here, which is to do it all on her own and not promise to share control with anyone. Even though she seems so confident, these attempts to have someone share CEO with her says otherwise. Oh, I love that, Victoria, because you're right. What does Audra need Nate or anybody else for at this point? Oh, how about this from Daisy, who says, by becoming the new co-CEO, it looks like Diane will be one step closer to getting exactly what she's wanted for a long time, which is Jabot. I can't imagine the rest of the Abbott family will ever be okay with her new position, though. Jack should have brought it to the board, which makes me wonder why he didn't. I think there'll be some pushback, but I'm not sure anything will change. How soon before Diane proposes to change Jabot to Jenkins and Jabot, or just plain Jenkins? Yeah, that's really good. Because Jack was very angry with Ashley this week about not letting Tucker go. And as far as I know, Ashley does not know the news yet that Diane has become the new co-CEO. So I wonder if that's going to flare back up again. I mean, Ashley and Jack spent most of last year arguing over her relationship with Tucker and his relationship with Diane. So I wonder if what's going on now is going to end up playing into all that and fueling a feud with them for 2024 too. T. Nicole says, Nikki asking Jack what she tells him to stay confidential between them, and then later saying to Jack, please don't tell Victor. I'm like Nikki. Make sure Jack promises not to tell Diane anything. That's who Jack can easily blab to. I do see this being a growing wedge for Jack and Diane because Jack will drop time with Diane to go rush to Nikki's aid. I think Diane might cheat with Tucker if the story goes the way it does, and then Jack will come to Diane telling her how much he loves her and how amazing she is for understanding him needing to help Nikki, and she'll keep cheating a secret because she feels awful. The sticky spot could be Tucker, who will blackmail Diane into doing his dirty work to get Jabot or to expose her cheating to Jack. Ooh. Jack is helping Nikki so much that Diane turns to Tucker, and then Tucker turns around and blackmails Diane. That sounds like a 2024 prediction to me. And so let's take a look at these 2024 predictions that we got during the past week. We have got our crystal balls out, and we are looking at what we think is coming in the year to come. Sue W. predicts that Lily will return, and Daniel will be constantly waffling between Heather and Lily, who both now scheme to land him. One of those temporarily insane by jealousy women will frame the other one for embezzling from Chancellor Winters. The accused will be fired and prosecuted, and Daniel will support the liar until the truth comes out and he dumps her, but has already been dumped by the other anyway. Wow, Lucy can become collateral damage and goes off to boarding school somewhere. Yeah, Sue W. I like the framing the other one for embezzlement. That's fun. Lara says, given Victor's age, we could see a story in 2024 about his health crisis. But wait, Genoa City has no doctors. Elena would need to come back, or else Nate would need to realize that he could still be a physician, if not a surgeon, for heaven's sake. Could be. Victoria predicts that now Nikki is drinking again. It's the perfect time to bring Sheila and Deacon back to Genoa City. Deacon can open a new Gina's and insert him into Nikki's life. Sheila returns to Genoa City. Oh no, Sheila's return turns Genoa City on its head, and everyone plots on how to get Sheila out. Lucy, however, becomes fascinated with her grandmother's mystic, and Heather and Daniel seek Sharon's help. Oh, I want Sheila back, Victoria. I want Sheila back. I love that prediction. Tony predicts that Jack will agree to help Nikki and they will both get drunk and Jack will get hurt and go back to his own addictions. Yeah, I think that's a possibility too. You never know. Jack could get pulled in to his darker demons by helping Nikki try to fight hers. Sherrod predicts that Kyle Abbott will really turn on his father, Jack Abbott, and will work with Tucker McCall. Obviously, this prediction's too easy. The writing's on the wall. Jack choosing Diane to be co-CEO over Kyle is the last straw for him. Ooh, real quick, the other thing I just thought of is all that time that Kyle was secretly colluding with Tucker and not telling Jack about it, Diane knew. She knew, and she didn't tell Jack. And that has yet to come out. That has yet to come back on her. And I wonder if it's possible that in 2024, we could see that little white lie of Diane's come back to bite her. Well, Henry predicts that in 2024, Tara Locke will return to reclaim her role and rights as Harrison's biological mother, while at the same time reconnecting with Kyle. Ooh, we saw that prediction a lot in 2023, and I really wanted it to be true. I hope it comes true for 2024. I think Tara Locke would be an amazing addition to the cast, and there's an immediate payoff plot right there. She comes back, she wants her kid. T. Nicole predicts that Danny will sleep with Phyllis, but Phyllis will fall for Tucker. Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Phyllis finally seduces Danny, actually gets him, and then Phyllis ends up turning around and falling for Tucker. Ooh, that could be good. Oh, but I like this from Tanya, who predicts that Lily and Daniel will break up. Jordan will escape jail. There'll be a kidnapper, a stalker, and a building or a house will catch on fire. And then someone from the past will come for revenge on someone else. Well, Tanya, like 3 of those have already come true. Jordan did escape jail, and the prison that she was in burned down. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Our predictions are already coming true. Okay, everybody. I'm going to leave that 2024 prediction thread up through January 31st. So if you haven't got your 2024 prediction in yet, you have until Wednesday night to get it in. Because come February 1st, I'm going to close it down. I'm going to put it in a little box, and we're not going to open it until 2025, and we'll see what came true. Also, you can go to that website and leave some comments about the show this week. Vote in the poll. Let me know what you're thinking about this Heather and Daniel situation. Is it hot or is it just not? Or just come by and say hi. Anything you want to say. I hope everybody is doing good and having a good life. And oh my goodness, I'll see you guys again in February. Next time I see you, it'll be February. Have a good one, everybody. I love you. Bye.